Hi guys, I know you're probably seeing me like, who is this girl? It's been a while. I've never uploaded this inconsistently in my freaking life. I have been working a lot. COVID season 3, we had so many workers out with COVID, so I picked up so many hours. And in December, I picked up so many hours. Like literally December and January, I just picked up so many hours, so I just haven't really had time to film or read or enjoy any of my other hobbies. But I did read a little bit. I still read 6 books in January, so I'm going to share with you the books that I read. Before we get started with this video is sponsored by Book of the Month. Book of the Month is a super popular and fast online growing book service. Their mission is to discover new and emerging authors and help readers discover books that they'll love. Their team vets hundreds of books each month and gives readers their choice from a curated selection of new and early release titles, so you can spend more time reading and less time researching. Book of the Month is risk-free. You can skip any month at any time and you will not be charged. The best new hardcover fiction, and you can get your first book for $9.99 using the code MYONNA. So now let's get on to the book choices for this month. So the first book we have is Don't Cry For Me, and I'm absolutely obsessed with this cover. It is a historical fiction. What do you do to someone you loved but failed? Here a father uses letters to express his love for his estranged son. The next book is A River Enchanted. This is a fantasy. Unexplained disappearances draw a reluctant hero back to his island home to confront spirits in this spellbinding tale. The next book is The Golden Couple. This is a thriller, a 4P author, and a new release. A twisty tale of a therapist with unconventional methods trying to unlock the mystery of a perfect marriage, which I'm actually very intrigued by this one. This one is Vladimir, and this one is a literary fiction. It is also a debut. This darkly humorous exploration of gender and power follows a cantankerous female professor in the midst of a scandal, which also sounds very intriguing because I love a scandal. And the last book we have is a historical fiction, and it is called Peach Blossom Spring. Also, I love the color of this. Like, it fits like Valentine's Day and like or spring in general so well. It is a debut and early release. This multi-generational epic traces the enthralling story of a mother and a son who journey from China to America. So thank you to Book of the Month for sponsoring this video, and now on to the rest of the video. And I'm also gonna do a haul for the books that I hauled in like January and December, which they weren't a lot because I'm not really reading, so I'm also not really buying a lot. Okay, so the first book I read in January was First Semester by QB Tyler. Can't even tell you what this this was the teacher-student relationship, which I did not know going into this book. And it was like a college teacher-student relationship, so I was like, maybe I'll tap into it. Wasn't really into it. It was about this girl who, typical like teacher-student relationships, like, can we get some newer material? Basically, this girl meets this guy at a bar and they have a one-night stand, and then she realizes the next day, like, oh my gosh, he's my teacher. Have we not seen this before? Can we get a little bit original here? So I mean, I liked it though. It was short, and the smut was good. I can tell you that. But the main character was very obsessed with being Italian. It was just very annoying. And also the author is black, but the main characters are white. And that sucks because this book was written pretty recently. Like, book was written in 2018, so I feel like I understand if you are a black author and you write about white characters. 2015, like until 2015, maybe even 2016, maybe even 2017, but 2018, 2019 and up, you have no reason to be writing about white main characters. Like, I get it, you think that you might get to a wider audience, like, I get it, but like, please, right? We black people want to see ourselves in books too. Like, why do I have to read a black author and also read about white people, you know? It's just. Then I read Lola and the Millionaires, which I gave 3 stars, and everyone has been raving about this author, but I just wasn't really vibing with it. Like, it was Like, everyone said it was 5-star read, but it was like very boring. It was about this girl named Lola, and I did like learning about, like, it's like a, what are these books called? The Alpha Beta Omega stories, which I never thought I'd be reading one of those, but it was entertaining. It was about this girl, and I'm getting this confused with Baby and the Late Night Howlers. Oh, Lola and the Millionaires are literally just about Lola, and she's working with like this really expensive company, and then she ends up like falling for one of the guys, and then she ends up like dating all of them, and I was just like, it was okay. Like, I just didn't see why everyone loved it so much. Like, the romance was like pretty boring. And then I read Baby in the Late Night Howlers. Now this one, Apple. Now this one I ate up. Okay, like, that one was good. I should have read that one first. And that one was about this girl named Baby, and she finds out that she is an Omega, which I think is very rare for women, and so she needs to be put into a house with like alphas, and or is she a beta? She's like something that like not a lot of women are. It's very rare. And she needs to be put into a house, like she needs to find somewhere, and she ends up being put with like these guys, and like all they want to do is take care of her, and it was just so sweet and so cute, and I ate it up. Then I read Change on the Fly, which was a hockey book, and this one was 3 stars. This one was about this guy, and I think it was a best friend's brother. Okay, so the girl was in love with her best friend's brother, and then the main guy, and then the love interest, he's like super hot, super charming, whatever, blah blah blah. And then he ends up having to take custody of his nephew, because I think his like the parents died, so he has to take in the nephew, and that brings them together, because now she has to like help him. But like, this is okay. It moved pretty fast. It was a very short story. It was insta-lovey, and the baby talking, I hate when authors write babies talking. Like, they make them so annoying. Like, they have to put in, like, when a kid goes sorry, they have to go sorry like with 2 W's. It's freaking annoying. Like, stop. Then I read Scream for Us, which is a Halloween smut book, and it is about this girl who goes to this Halloween party, and she comes across this guy in a Michael Myers mask, and some guy like disrespects her, so he puts a stop to it. And then she ends up like meeting his friends who like have like they all have like masks on, like a Scream mask, whatever mask, like, you know, mask. And they decide like they're gonna have a night of fun, and they do. And it was very smutty, very fun, great. It was really quick. It was great. And then I read Melt for Us, which was a follow-up to this one. I didn't like this one. It was very corny, and it had a weird sexual assault plot line. Made me very uncomfortable. Very, very uncomfortable. It followed the same guys from the first book, and they're all like in this romantic relationship, and everything was fine. It was a little corny. Everything was fine up until the sexual assault scene, and I was like, this ain't for me. And then I read Love on the Brain, which is the Love Hypothesis book 2, and this one I just did not find interesting. This is about this girl who, it's like an enemies to lovers story. It's about this girl who's gonna get married, and then she gets she doesn't get married because she finds out that her future husband is a cheater. So then she goes and she like lives her life, and there's this guy that she comes across that he hated her, and he still thinks that she's married. And like, the plot line is hard to describe because there's a lot going on. And like, she has this fake Twitter account. She has this like fake Twitter account, and it's like helping like women and stuff like that. And her like enemy is in love with her, and he's talking about her to her, and she doesn't know that. And they also know each other in real life. It's hard to explain, but it's enemies to lovers. I thought it was like good, but it wasn't as good as the Love Hypothesis. Like, in my mind, it didn't live up to it. I got it as a NetGalley, by the way. Wasn't that interested in the plot line. It was a lot of science stuff going on, which I know that's the author's thing, is like women in STEM. But like, girl, make it more romance. Like, it was just like a lot of science stuff in there, and I did not give a fuck. I didn't give a damn. Like, why was there so much science stuff? Like, I get it. I get that it's about women in STEM, but it was so much science stuff. Like, I literally felt like I was in school again, reading about all the science stuff, especially that I didn't care about. Like, I'm not here for science, I'm not here for learning. I'm not saying that the author was trying to do like I don't know how to stress enough that I understand that the women in STEM thing is like so important, because she wants to write about women in STEM falling in love. But there's so much it was so much science stuff in here, and it's like, I don't care, it gets to the romance. Like, you know, like, I like what she did in the love hypothesis, but this one I felt like it was like a little bit too much science. I don't know if that even makes sense. Maybe I'm just complaining, but it just didn't hit like the love hypothesis did. I did find myself bored sometimes, and how the characters in this book talked was very, very weird. And that was the last book that I read. So now I'm gonna get into the haul of books that I have since like December. So this is my January and December haul, which like for me, but so I got Love Your Life by Sophie Kinsella. She's quickly becoming one of my favorite romance authors. I was very interested in this book. Also, sometimes I've been buying a lot of, like, I bought more books than I would have, and that's because like sometimes I'll go down to like electronics to like talk about my guy friends, and I'll buy stuff on my 15, so like it doesn't look like we're just messing around. So I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm on my 15, I'm just buying books, because everyone knows at work I read a lot, like, you know, and everyone knows that I buy a lot of books and I have a shopping problem. So sometimes I just go down there to talk to my guy friends. So I got Love Your Life because it was down there, and like especially because all the books in electronics, like in like the book section, I already own majority of them. So there's rarely anything new that like I haven't already bought myself or I don't already own. So I've been meaning to get this one, so I definitely picked it up. Then I got Rabbits, and I got this one to go down there and talk to my guy friends, but also Jocelyn has been talking about this book, so I picked it up because I was like, it sounds interesting, so I'll get it. And then I got the Gilded Cage, which it was supposed to be like, well, the book came out in like October, and it took so long for the sequel to come out. Hopefully I can read this soon and get it before I have to pre-order the third book, because like, what if I really like this one and I don't have a special edition of the third book? But like, what if I don't like this one? So I gotta read this one soon, because I don't know if I'm gonna like the third book, and I'm not gonna waste money on it. But this one is so pretty, and it's very different from the first copy. So like the first copy doesn't have like, they don't match, because this one is also a Fairy Loot exclusive, and like the spines do not match, and like, but I mean the sides do. And this one also has like a pretty dust jacket and a pretty cover on the inside. Also, who is this man? Because the love interest in the first book has, where did this cut come from? What the fuck? There's a huge cut straight down the middle. Anyways, who is this man? Because the love interest in the main book has blonde hair, and that's definitely giving brunette hair. You know what? They did the same thing on this cover. Why do they keep doing that? And then I got Jade Legacy because I thought I was gonna read Jade City and Jade War like at one point in a weekend, but I just started working. Like, I picked up more days and I ended up working so much more, because typically it's easy for me to work and listen to audiobooks at the same time. But recently, like, the team leads have been like on us about like AirPods and stuff like that, so I haven't been able to like sneak my AirPods in and like listen to my audiobooks. And then I got Black Sun because someone told me there was a pirate in this book, and I've been meaning to pick up this book for a minute, but I heard there was a pirate, so why didn't no one tell me any sooner? And then I got The Royals Next Door, which I had an ARC of, I had a NetGalley of, and so I bought the physical copy. Jocelyn got me this for Christmas, which is Ice Planet Barbarians, and this is the special edition by Avon, and I'm obsessed with this one. I think the other special edition might be out by now, but yeah, this cover eats. It eats. I bought Project Hail Mary. Can't even tell you when, but I bought it at some point. And I've been meaning to read this, so I'm glad I got it. Yeah, that is it for this video. I promise you guys I'm gonna try to get better. I do have an anticipated releases video that I have filmed, but I want to get this wrap up film, so I'll do my anticipated release of the video. And I'm so sad I was behind because I was gonna do like romance recommendations leading up to Valentine's Day. Don't get me like wrong though, I'm still gonna do my romance recommendations, but I just wish I did them, like I wish I timed it better. But I'll probably do them after Valentine's Day to make up for not doing it for Valentine's Day. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.